guys, James Wilson-Taylor here for Rock Sound. It's the latest of our video calls. We're catching up with everybody at the moment while we're all kind of stuck at home. And I'm delighted to say we've got Lauri from the Rasmus on the line. How are you, man?
Good. Nice to be in Finland.
Yeah, I was going to say, I say stuck at home. You're able to get out and about here. This is beautiful. Tell me where you are right now.
Yeah, I'm just walking on the streets in Helsinki. Just had a meeting with the guys, with the band. We were planning the next music video and a bunch of other stuff. It's been a busy week releasing a new song. It's cool. Things are starting to happen again. I have a good feeling.
Yeah.
It's been such a fucking awful year for all of us, but
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of started those off, all of these off in the same way, which is saying, I hope you, your family, your bandmates, all that, keeping safe, keeping as well as you can through the madness. But it does sound like it's been a productive period for you, man. Been working on lots of stuff from home by the looks of it.
Yeah, we had to rearrange things a lot because we had studio booked. Actually, we were going to record in England, in the south of England. We had studios booked last year, starting from May, and then all of a sudden the COVID started happening and everything was canceled, and we were kind of in a bad place because I live in Hawaii. The bass player there is living in Australia. The rest of the guys in Finland. So, and the producer in England. So we had guys all over the world, trying to communicate through the phones or laptop screen, and we decided okay, let's try to do the album like this, on the screen. And it wasn't the easiest thing to do. It took a little while to get over the anger and accept that this is the only thing we can do besides quit. So yeah, we decided to do it that way. So we were in different continents, even, working on the new material.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the wonderful thing, at least, that, this horrible situation's been happening, but at least it happens in this time where we do have that technology to keep things working. How have you found that adapting? Was it a struggle at the start to figure out this new way of working, or did it click quite easily for you guys?
Well, I don't like talking on the phone. Just especially a messaging and stuff. I believe in the the physical contact and that chemistry, whatever happens when we are together, because most of the times the best ideas come after the day in studio, when we go out drinking, having dinners, we have a sauna or something, that's when the best ideas come. So I was a little worried first, starting with this thing, but then it sort of became the theme or the concept for the album, being separated and living in this crazy world where everything is very unstable and nobody really knows what's going on. So we were able to capture that on the album, which kind of became a nice tool for inspiration. And I'm really happy with the results. We have always done very melancholic music, but now it has that little extra spice.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes sense. Music for the times, man. And speaking of that, at the time of recording, the single's kind of just dropped, really. Congrats on that. Bones is out there in the world. Tell me a little bit about putting that track together, and I guess why you wanted that to be the first taste of this new era of this next album from you guys.
Yeah, well, actually, it was one of the first songs we completed. So that song was it was born in a very natural way. It just sort of was there very beginning, and sometimes I think usually when that happens, you don't have to push it, then there's something is right, So we thought, okay, this is a good track to start with. It's a little bit different type of sound that we're used to hear from us, and I'm not the best person to pick the singles. Usually I would pick something really weird because it's I fall in love with the details that people in the big picture don't even hear, you know. I'm too close to my own music. So like some of our friends said like, hey, this is a good song, I like this, and it sounds like a James Bond theme song.
It does have a bit of that vibe. I get that. I get that. There's a little bit of that vibe in there. And how indicative is that, I guess, of what's to come? You know, I'm not sure how much you want to give away, but we do know, of course, there is an album and it is coming. Clearly reflecting the kind of wider themes of the world, at least a little bit. But are we in same musical kind of territory as the single, or what do you kind of want to give away about what's to come?
I don't want to talk too much about it yet, but album is coming next year, so
oh wow,
bit of a wait. But and the typical for us is like we always explore a little bit, you know, different types of productions, and like we try to listen to the songs and let them grow in their own directions, and not being too afraid that they all, you know, sort of sound like each other, you know, like they would have their own life. So there's going to be different types of songs, all kinds of things, and we're just now working on still some of the last tracks, and we might have some collaborations and, you know, stuff, but I don't really want to say too much about it yet.
Well, one thing we can talk about then, we know the tour's coming. The tour has been announced, tour's out there. I'm sure, like every other band under the sun, you must be absolutely desperate to get back out on stages, man, and in front of people. Talk to me a little bit. You must have been thinking about what this next live show will look like for you guys, right?
Yeah, well, that's the cherry on top. Always the tours and gigs, concerts. I just realized how much I missed it. You know, now the last year was like sitting at home and, you know, writing songs, which is great, but was unsure that are we ever going to be able to get back on tour again. And I get really depressed even about thinking about that. So now that some of the dates are released, I feel good. Though it's the end of 22, which is a long time from now. But it's at least something concrete waiting for us, and there'll be a lot of more days coming. We just had a meeting with the band, and there's like all these offers coming in, and things are just like starting for us around this album. So it's super exciting. But since it wasn't possible to do the tours and the gigs, I started something. I started doing these live videos in my bedroom. I call it the bedroom sessions on YouTube. I just make some like cover songs from the songs that have been important for me at some point of my life, or have made me the guy I am as a musician, or some other Rasmus tracks that I like myself. So it was kind of like the closest thing I could do to do these little recordings, and it's been really fun. I just started that like a couple of months ago, but it's like a therapeutic thing for me to do, and I can do it anywhere, you know. I'm in Finland right now, so I visited my country house, and I did one video there. I'm really inspired by the nature, and like I could do it on the tour, you know, in the hotel bedroom, you know, like it's pretty fun.
Last kind of question for you, Matt. Speaking of tours and everything, you know, last time we got to see you guys over here in the UK was that Dead Letters anniversary tour. What a huge kind of moment that was. And I guess just as live music starts to come back again and we're looking forward to these new shows, how do you reflect on that tour? Because it felt like, I mean, it seemed to be like a real moment for you guys, particularly in the UK.
Yeah, it was really emotional. You know, that album, it's like a key album for our career. And it was so fun to go back to those images, those feelings, and I could see it also in the audience. You know, people were like living those days again. You know, it's like a time hop, time machine, going back to 2004, 2003. It was really, really nice. I like that, and also I always liked this kind of conceptual thinking when it comes to writing music or whatever. But it also works in a live situation too, you know, going back to some era, taking all those images on the on the video screens, and like it's really cool. So I hope to do something like that again in the future. Maybe like 15 years from now, we can do this new album. Like come back to it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a nice little extra area to explore, man. It definitely worked really well. Well, in the meantime, congrats on the new music. We look forward to hearing more and getting more details out of you. And yeah, look forward to all these touring shows and everything. All the best to you, man, and enjoy beautiful, beautiful Helsinki where you are now.
Thank you so much. It was nice chatting with you.
Yeah,
Have a good
you
day.
too, buddy. All right, cheers now.